So when I was super young, I got super sick when I was about 12 years old, and that just kind of affected my entire identity. And so just like moving on with my life, around 16 is when they figured I was kind of depressed, so I started therapy at 16, and then I'm like at 17, I'm just like, I'm over it, and I just want to live my life. Going through college and stuff like that, and my second year is when it just hit me the worst. I'd been self-harming for about 3 years by that time. I was very good at hiding, and so nobody could see that, and I was just that happy girl that, you know, smiled all the time, and nobody would think about it. Nobody would notice.
Where was rock bottom for you? Where was that point?
I think rock bottom for me was the day that I planned out my suicide, because I just didn't care, and so I wrote my suicide note, and I was hanging out with my family one last time, and that was it for me. I was so done with everything. It hurt too much.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want it to be here anymore. The day that I planned out my suicide is the day that God saved my life, or used somebody to save my life. Because in my last outing with my family, there was this girl, stranger that I didn't know, tapped me on my shoulder. It's super awkward, and she was like, yeah, but I was just supposed to tell you that God loves you, God sees you, and everything's gonna be okay. And that was April 27, 2014, because that's how long I've been self-harm free.
Wow, praise God. Talk to me about some of your friends that you know that succumb to the dark, to the depression, to the hopelessness.
So when I was 17 in my first year of college, I remember coming home from class, and my little brother called me, just like, hey, you need to sit down. And so I was like, what's wrong? And he then told me that one of my really good friends, who was star football player, best smile, super popular, had gone behind the prison and shot himself. There was this one day where he saw a cut on my wrist. He's like, Victoria, cutting's not the answer. And I was just like, yeah, dude, like, because that was the one day I didn't hide it well. And for me, that's always a moment that stays with me, because it's just a moment that stays with me, because, dude, hold on. I don't like this anymore. It's just a moment that stays with me, because being able to fight it, I know that there's people out there that aren't. They're not able to fight it, and they do lose themselves in that darkness. Community and God, I think, are two super huge focuses of that, of being able to know that we can't fight the demons alone. Like,
Yeah.
the mental illness is real and stuff, and people feel so alone, and we feel like we can fight it ourselves, and so we rely on our own strength. And I think there comes to a point, especially when you hit rock bottom, and you're like, either I'm done, or I realize I can't do this by myself, and so you have to reach out.
Yeah. What would you say to church people to help them see what you see and what you experience? What kind of words could you say to them to help them kind of see the other side of this? I'm talking about the person that's like, hey, get over it, just be happy.
Yeah.
You've got God.
So that one's a tough one, specifically because growing up kind of old-fashioned of, you're okay, you're fine, just suck it up kind of stuff. Not from my family more so than churchgoers specifically. So if we could choose joy, we would. We would choose it every day, and we try every day. But for us, it's like, it's exhausting, and we're tired, and it's real to us. Fighting every day just to survive is real to us, and I don't think people understand that, because they just want you to suck it up, and I don't think they want to talk about it, because it's too real.
Yeah. And would you say part of it looks like, it's almost like it makes us look bad because the church isn't working? If you are wrestling with depression, it's almost like you're making us look bad over here.
So, like, I feel like if there was anybody in a church that was like in an institution, or they were vocal about, hey, I'm battling mental illness, I feel like it would definitely be looked down upon, of, well, we won't let her speak, or we won't let him sing, or just like keep them out of leadership roles because they battle. But for us, it's like, this is as real as somebody else's cancer or a different disease. It's like, this is real to us.
Yeah, that's right. What are some ways, just somebody who's watching who want to get in contact with you that, would love to, talk to you, or maybe even bring you out to one of their organization events, or maybe speak to youth or even adults? What's ways people can get a hold of you?
So they can follow my Instagram at soundofgrace22, or they can email me at soundofgrace22@gmail.com. And those are both the ways that I book different performances and stuff like that.
Well, just to put a pin in it and, finish it, tell everybody, if you can, if there's a closing thought or something you want to wrap everything up with a nice bow, when we're talking about suicide, something that is significant to you, just a final thought.
I think it's super important to realize that you're not alone, that there are people that do care, and yes, you will impact people's lives if you choose to leave. So I hope and I pray that you stay.